Hi guys, it's me. I'm gonna make another video for everyone. Go out to the internets because I have an interesting topic that I want to talk about. This is something that I discovered recently. I guess I never really thought about it to the degree I'm thinking about it now, and that is, how do people think? Now, what I mean by this is, do you think in pictures? Do you think in words? Do you think in sounds, colors, something to that nature? So I pose that question to everyone. Do you guys think in pictures, words, or sounds? Me personally, I am very visual. aka I only think in pictures. I can think in sounds to a degree because I'm very good at mimicking them, but that's not my, best form of learning and thinking. Now, as some of you know from my other videos, I have dyslexia, I have ADHD, I have anxiety, I have a bunch of stuff, but pictures have always been my strong point in school. Anything I look at, I can remember. I have a very good photographic memory. So anything, when people showed me things from martial arts, I was very good at. As a child, sports as well. I was able to, that's how I can think, that's how I think. So seeing something, it was very easy for me to pick up. Reading was very difficult. One, with dyslexia, it was very hard to decode what I was reading, let alone having to take what I'm reading, have a picture attached to it so I can understand it. For storybook type things, it's pretty easy to do. I have a very vivid imagination because I think in pictures. But more complex theories took a little bit of, creative work in here to come up with how to think correctly about them. Now, for me, I didn't realize that that was unusual to think in pictures. I thought that everyone did that. I thought that everyone had the same type of dream-like sensations that I do during the day, where I just kind of think up a bunch of pictures in my head and I have a story. But I found out recently that a lot of people actually do think in words. To me, I find that fascinating. How do you just have like a scroll that you just read from? Because that's pretty cool. The only time I ever think in words is if I'm literally thinking of a picture of a word in a book so I can learn the spelling for it. That's about it. Not even names. I have to kind of add a picture to it. Otherwise, I won't remember your name. Sorry. Now, some people wonder, well, how can you have a picture attached to every single word that you're thinking? Well, that's really easy. I don't think in that type of strange detail. I think in picture detail. Very fine lines. I know the structured detail. So when I think, I'm thinking of patterns, and I'm thinking of circumstances, and I'm thinking of scenarios that come to play in my life. That's always been how it was for me. Now, when people think, but what about this certain word? I know someone on my dyslexia video had talked about how do you picture would and could. Well, I don't. I think of the scenario of the whole general topic that I'm thinking. Would you go to the store, or like, would I go to Japan next year? Well, right now I'm thinking of me being literally on a plane going to Japan, because that would be something in the future, literally watching that whole progress on a screen in my head. Very quickly. Very fast thinker too. I know, I can't really explain it. But that's really how it works, because you don't need a picture to every word. If it's something simple like dog and cat, yeah, you can think of a bunch of different dogs in your head in 5 seconds, like what I just did right now. That's pretty cool. But More complex theories, really detailed, like what is the word love or lust, emotions, you know, it has to have a picture to it, and it could be anything that I literally love. It's what it is up here. It's different for everyone else. For me, you know, Japan pops in my head for love. Dance as well. Just another reason why I'm really good at dance. Everything is visual. But I learned that you don't need to have a definition for each English word because of my background with Japanese. Kanji, it's all pictures. It's all written pictures that have a certain, you know, meaning attached to them. For me, that's how I think. So now I have another form of being able to think that way. I really think I should have been more Japanese because, you know, it would have been a lot easier in school. You know, or an art major of some kind. But it's difficult to explain, to be honest, because I don't understand what it's like to think in words. I find that fascinating. How the hell can you just read a book in your head? That's crazy. Obviously, it has to do with left mind, left brain, right side brain. I am right side all the way, visual everything, creativity, explosion. I got logic in here somewhere, but you know, it's not, it's not in words. It's literally different scenarios going around in my head and that I get to pick from. So the more life experience I have is the more knowledgeable I will be. Like most people. The more books you read, the more, for left-minded people, but the more books you read, the more open-minded you get. For me, any visual stimulation I get grows my brain. I hope that makes sense to someone who doesn't think in pictures. But when you really think about it, at least for me, it makes sense what my strengths are now because of how visual I am. Anything, I'm very photographic memory. I mean, who else can say that? Not many people, tell you that. That's why I'm very good at memorizing kanji. Yeah. I think it's just a different way of thinking. I know it's hard to understand how you can have a full meaning of something in a picture, but when you really think of it, what's a word? A word is an idea. It's an idea. It's nonsense, but someone has attached a certain meaning to it. So why can't that meaning be in pictures? You know. I mean, there's a lot of things that people can't even describe in words. So describing them through pictures and visual stimulation can sometimes be easier for some people, sometimes it's not. For me, it's a lot easier. I mean, you take, again, like things like emotions, things like complex theories in your head of like, what is the meaning of life? What is the meaning of life? Right now I'm thinking of the earth, but but you know, it just kind of, you got to detail all those fine pictures into one little category, and then you finally get your little answer. For me, like, I am writing a book. I know it's kind of weird to say, why would she write a book if she can't even think in words? I got your answer. I think of the story in my head, like a literal visual movie. I would literally watch a movie in my head and then I write it. It's pretty cool. I describe what's going on. And language is just learned as a child, so when it comes to words and definitions, you do essentially make your own definition to words. A lot of them are very common, like what's a dog? People are gonna have, if they picture a dog in their head, it's gonna be different for everyone. The same goes with any type of idea, concept, pretty much anything. Yeah, I'm rambling, but, so, just tell me, What are you thinking? Because I want to know. And then explain what you see. Especially if you think in pictures. Can help me out. But if you think in words, please tell me how it is because I have no idea. No clue. So, have fun with that topic.